19. Beloved, the Parkers actors who tragically passed away. What if the laughter from your favorite black sitcom carried the echo of lives now gone? The Parkers wasn't just comedy, it was culture, family, and legacy. But behind the jokes and unforgettable moments are tragic, real-life stories of the stars we grew to love. Some passed far too young, others quietly faded away, leaving behind memories etched in our hearts. This isn't just nostalgia, it's a tribute. So before you hit play on another rerun, hit like, subscribe, and join us at Legends of Black Excellence as we remember the fallen icons who made us laugh, cry, and believe. Yvette Wilson. Yvette Wilson was more than just a familiar face on television. She was a force of humor, resilience, and authenticity. Best known for her portrayal of Andell Wilkerson, the wise and grounded confidant on the Parkers, Wilson created a character that radiated warmth and common sense amid the show's often outrageous antics. Her presence anchored the sitcom, offering both comic relief and emotional balance with effortless ease. Born on March 6, 1964 in Los Angeles, California, Wilson's entry into the world of comedy came unexpectedly. A friend dared her to perform a stand-up routine, and that spur-of-the-moment decision launched a career that would span stage, television, and film. Her raw talent and natural timing caught the attention of producers and comedians alike, quickly earning her spots on stages across the country. In the 1990s, she became a recurring performer on HBO's Def Comedy Jam and Comic View, where her bold humor connected with audiences nationwide. Wilson's television breakthrough came with the role of Andell on Moesha, where she played the owner of The Den, a local hangout for teens. Her character resonated with viewers for her no-nonsense wisdom and maternal charm. When The Parkers premiered in 1999 as a spin-off focused on Monique's character, Nikki and her daughter Kim Andell transitioned into a central role. Whether navigating friendship drama or dishing out life advice, Wilson's comedic timing and emotional depth gave the series much of its heart. Beyond sitcoms, Yvette Wilson appeared in notable films such as House Party 3: Poetic Justice and Friday, often portraying sassy, street-smart women with razor-sharp wit. These roles showcased her versatility and cemented her as a staple in 1990s black entertainment. Off-screen, Wilson's life was marked by intense personal battles. She underwent treatment for stage 4 cervical cancer and had previously received a kidney transplant due to chronic illness. Despite these health challenges, she remained remarkably private and continued to work when possible, showing remarkable perseverance. Friends and peers often described her as generous, loyal, and deeply compassionate, someone who carried herself with humility even at the height of her fame. Tragically, Yvette Wilson passed away on June 14, 2012 at the age of 48. Her death was met with an outpouring of grief from fans and fellow entertainers, many of whom had no idea she had been ill. Honoring her request, her loved ones celebrated her life not with a somber funeral, but with a joyful tribute held at a Los Angeles comedy club where her journey had first begun. It was an evening of music, laughter, and remembrance, a fitting farewell to a woman who brought joy to so many. Yvette Wilson may be gone, but the characters she portrayed, especially Andell, remain etched in the memories of audiences who grew up watching her. Her career, though cut short, left a meaningful imprint on television and comedy, proving that real impact doesn't always come from being the loudest, but often from being the most genuine. Her legacy lives on in every laugh she sparked and every heart she touched. Lamont Bentley. Lamont Bentley was a gifted actor and performer whose magnetic screen presence captivated a generation. Best known for his portrayal of Hakeem Campbell on Moesha and the Parkers, Bentley embodied the energy and optimism of youth while bringing emotional authenticity that resonated deeply with viewers. His career, though tragically brief, showcased a rare talent that promised even greater things to come. Born Artemis Lamont Bentley on October 25, 1973 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he moved to Los Angeles with his mother, an aspiring singer, to pursue artistic opportunities. From a young age, Bentley displayed a natural flair for performance. He began acting in commercials and gradually made his way into television, appearing in shows like Family Matters and South Central. His breakout came in 1996 when he was cast as Hakeem Moesha Mitchell's loyal, flirtatious best friend on the hit UPN series Moesha, starring Brandy Norwood. Hakeem was more than comic relief. He was a nuanced character who evolved over the show's 6 seasons. Bentley's portrayal balanced street smarts with vulnerability, infusing the role with depth and charm. His character's enduring friendship and eventual romantic relationship with Moesha made him a fan favorite. When The Parkers, a spin-off series, premiered in 1999, Bentley reprised his role in several episodes, reinforcing the strong bonds within the shared universe. Beyond the sitcom world, Bentley was building a diverse resume. He earned critical praise for his role in the 1995 horror anthology Tales from the Hood, and later appeared in The Wash 2001, acting alongside Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. In 2001, he took on the role of Tupac Shakur in the TV biopic Too Legit: The MC Hammer Story, capturing the rapper's charisma and complexity with striking resemblance. He was also pursuing a career in hip-hop under the stage name C Silk, demonstrating his range as both an actor and musician. But just as Bentley was preparing to take the next steps in his career, tragedy struck. In the early morning hours of January 19, 2005, after attending a screening in Los Angeles, he was driving on Highway 118 in Ventura County when his car veered off the road. The vehicle went over an embankment, and Bentley, who was ejected, was fatally struck by oncoming traffic. He was only 31 years old. No alcohol or drugs were found in his system, and investigators cited excessive speed as a likely factor. News of his death shocked fans and colleagues alike. Co-stars remembered him as kind-hearted, hard-working, and genuinely humble. Many noted that despite his growing fame, he never lost his infectious smile or willingness to help others. His mother and 2 daughters survived him, left to carry forward his memory. Lamont Bentley's light was extinguished far too soon, but the roles he played and the joy he brought endure. Whether delivering a joke, a heartfelt line, or a verse on the mic, he left an indelible mark. His legacy is not just in what he accomplished, but in what he inspired, a testament to the power of authenticity, passion, and a dream pursued with heart. Suzanne Douglas. Suzanne Douglas was the embodiment of elegance, intellect, and poise, an actress who brought depth and dignity to every character she portrayed. While her appearance on The Parkers as Constance McFarland, the refined and well-connected mother-in-law of Professor Ogilvy, was brief, it left a lasting impression. With just a few lines and that unmistakable presence, Douglas managed to elevate a comedic scene into a moment of class and command. Her portrayal served as a reminder that even amid slapstick and sass, wisdom and restraint still had a place. Born on April 12, 1957 in Chicago, Illinois, Suzanne Douglas discovered her love for the arts at a young age. She earned a bachelor's degree from Illinois State University and later a master's in music from the prestigious Manhattan School of Music. A classically trained vocalist, Douglas had a deep appreciation for performance in all its forms, from stage to screen, from Shakespeare to spirituals. Her academic rigor and commitment to excellence were always evident in the nuance she brought to her roles. Douglas rose to national prominence in the 1990s as the matriarch Geraldine "Jerry" Peterson on the WB's The Parenthood opposite Robert Townsend. As Jerry, she portrayed a strong, intelligent, and loving black mother who navigated parenting and marriage with grace and humor. The show, which ran from 1995 to 1999, offered a rare depiction of a middle-class African-American family and helped normalize images of black success on mainstream television. Beyond sitcoms, Suzanne Douglas had an impressive and wide-ranging career in film and theater. She delivered powerful performances in Tap 1989 alongside Gregory Hines and Sammy Davis Jr., Jason's Lyric 1994, and How Stella Got Her Groove Back 1998. In each role, she exuded a quiet power, never overacting, never flashy, but always authentic and grounded. On stage, she became the first African-American woman to portray Dr. Vivian Baring in Margaret Edson's Pulitzer Prize-winning play, Wit, further proving her dramatic capabilities. In 2019, Douglas received renewed acclaim for her performance in Ava DuVernay's Emmy-nominated Netflix miniseries When They See Us, which told the harrowing true story of the Central Park Five. As Grace Cuff, she gave voice to the anguish and endurance of Black mothers in the face of systemic injustice, a role that resonated deeply with viewers and critics alike. Despite her many achievements, Douglas remained relatively private about her personal life. She was a wife, mother, and passionate mentor to younger artists, often emphasizing the importance of education and self-respect. Her colleagues described her as thoughtful, gracious, and unfailingly professional. Suzanne Douglas passed away on July 6, 2021, at the age of 64, following a quiet battle with pancreatic cancer. Her death came as a shock to many, as she had kept her illness largely out of the public eye. In her passing, the entertainment world lost a towering figure of Black artistry, one who had carried herself with unwavering dignity from her first performance to her last. She may have only graced the Parkers for a moment, but Suzanne Douglas represented something larger: the possibility of excellence, the beauty of restraint, and the power of showing up fully, no matter how big or small the stage. Her legacy lives on in every role and every life she inspired. Andre Rosie Brown. Standing 6 feet 7 inches tall, Andre Rosie Brown was the kind of actor you couldn't miss on screen or off. With his towering frame, deep voice, and understated comedic timing, Brown became a familiar face across film and television, often cast as a security guard bouncer or imposing figure. Yet those who worked with him knew he was more than the sum of his physical presence. He was a deeply kind, warm-hearted man whose roles, though often small, left a memorable mark. On The Parkers, Brown appeared as Lamar, one of the many characters who orbited the lively halls of Santa Monica College. Though his screen time was limited, he embodied a quiet contrast to the show's high-energy cast, offering subtle comedic balance and grounded realism. As in most of his appearances, Brown didn't need many lines to make an impression. His expressions, stature, and deadpan delivery said it all. Born on February 7, 1956, in California, Brown came into acting after a meaningful early career in public service. Before stepping into Hollywood, he served as a police officer in Inglewood, California, for 14 years. That real-world experience brought a sense of authority and discipline to his roles, which often centered around law enforcement or figures of order. But off-screen, Brown was far from intimidating colleagues and friends, described him as humble, generous, and devoted to his family. Brown's acting credits spanned from the early 1980s to the mid-2000s. He made memorable appearances in major films like Throw Mama from the Train, 1987, Space Jam, 1996, and Road Trip 2000. On television, he popped up in shows such as Family Matters, NYPD Blue, The Jamie Foxx Show, and Malcolm in the Middle. He carved out a steady career as one of Hollywood's most recognizable that guy actors, never a marquee name, but always delivering exactly what the scene needed. Perhaps one of his most iconic roles was as the stone-faced security guard in Space Jam, where he shared scenes with Michael Jordan and Bugs Bunny in the beloved 1996 hybrid film. It's emblematic of Brown's screen-style minimal dialogue, maximum presence. Though rarely in the spotlight, Brown remained deeply committed to his work. He was known for showing up prepared, staying humble, and treating everyone, crew and cast alike, with respect. He understood the value of professionalism and consistency in a business that often overlooked character actors. More importantly, he brought warmth and authenticity to every set he walked on. Andre Rosie Brown passed away on July 18, 2006, at the age of 50. His death was not widely publicized, but the news deeply affected those who knew him and appreciated his work. He left behind a legacy not just in credits, but in the subtle yet powerful energy he brought to every performance. Though his time on The Parkers was fleeting, Brown was part of the fabric of the show and of 1990s black television more broadly. He was one of those actors who quietly helped shape a scene, a story, a moment. And for audiences who looked closely, he was unforgettable. Thomas Mickle Ford. To fans of 1990s television, Thomas Mickle Ford will always be Tommy, the sharply dressed, no-nonsense friend in Martin, who famously had no job, yet endless wisdom. But Ford's legacy stretched far beyond that iconic role. As a gifted actor-director, author, and community leader, he devoted his life to laughter learning and uplifting others. And even in his brief appearance on The Parkers, he brought the same charm and gravitas that made him a sitcom legend. Born on September 5, 1964 in Los Angeles, Ford was raised in Long Beach, California before attending the University of Southern Colorado, now CSU Pueblo, where he studied acting. He later earned a Master of Fine Arts in Drama from the University of Southern California, honing his craft with academic rigor. His formal training helped him navigate both comedic and dramatic roles with intelligence and finesse. Ford's breakthrough came in 1992 when he was cast as Tommy Strawn on Martin, the wildly popular Fox sitcom created by Martin Lawrence. As the level-headed member of the friend group, Tommy balanced out the chaos with calm delivery and dry wit. The running gag about his mysterious employment status became part of sitcom folklore, but the character's reliability and maturity grounded the show. Ford's chemistry with the cast helped make Martin one of the most beloved black sitcoms of all time. When Ford appeared on The Parkers as Mel Parker Nicky's ex-husband and Kim's father, it felt like a reunion with black television royalty. Though the role was small, it had emotional weight. Mel was a stabilizing presence amid the comedic chaos, a character whose brief reappearance reminded viewers of the real-life complexities behind sitcom families. Ford brought warmth, empathy, and that unmistakable voice to the role, enriching the show's emotional tapestry. Beyond his acting, Ford was a prolific advocate for youth education and self-development. He wrote several inspirational books for children and teens, including Positive Attitude Development, PAD, a guide for building confidence and making healthy life choices. He frequently toured schools and youth programs, using his platform to speak on personal responsibility, education, and the power of belief. Ford also worked behind the camera, directing stage plays and producing educational content. His dedication to mentorship earned him widespread respect in both the entertainment world and community leadership circles. Tragically, Thomas Michael Ford passed away on October 12, 2016 at the age of 52 following a ruptured abdominal aneurysm. The news shocked fans and colleagues alike. He had been active on social media and continued working until shortly before his death. His passing left a profound void, not just in television, but in the lives of the countless young people he had mentored. Though best known for his comedic roles, Thomas Mickle Ford stood for something deeper: dignity, growth, and service. His presence on The Parkers was short, but meaningful, a glimpse of a man who brought grace to every role and substance to every screen he graced. His laughter lives on, but so does his legacy of love and learning. Terry Rhodes. In the vast world of television, there are actors who become household names, and others who become household presences, faces you recognize instantly, even if you don't know their names. Terry Rhodes was the latter, a consummate character actor whose steady, scene-stealing performances made him one of the most dependable and respected talents in Hollywood for over 2 decades. Born on December 31, 1951 in Tucson, Arizona, Rhodes developed a love for performance early in life. After graduating from the University of Arizona, he moved into the theater circuit before transitioning to film and television in the late 1980s. While he never chased the spotlight, his career became a masterclass in consistency, versatility, and the power of subtlety. On The Parkers, Rhodes appeared in the 2003 episode titled A Plot of View, playing a character named Reginald. His role was brief, but like many of his appearances, it left an impression. In a show known for its bold characters and explosive humor, Rhodes provided a counterbalance, a straight-faced, quietly hilarious presence who made every line count. He could walk into a scene, deliver one deadpan reaction, and change the entire comedic rhythm. What made Rhodes so remarkable was his ability to shapeshift from sitcoms to dramas, always disappearing into his roles. He was the kind of actor casting directors loved, reliable, sharp, and always prepared. His television credits read like a timeline of American TV from the late 80s through the early 2000s. He appeared in Friends, Seinfeld, Malcolm, in the middle seventh Heaven, Frasier, Desperate Housewives, and Ally McBeal, to name only a few. He often portrayed professionals, doctors, administrators, teachers roles that required a mix of authority, wit, and restraint. He also had recurring roles in series like That's Life and Living in Captivity, and contributed to films such as Liar Liar 1997, Catch Me If You Can 2002, and Houseguest 1995. In every project, Rhodes played his part with precision and humility, supporting the stars while anchoring scenes with authentic performances. Off-screen, Terry Rhodes was known as a gentle soul, modest, intelligent, and deeply committed to his work. He was respected within the industry for his professionalism and adored by his peers for his quiet sense of humor and kindness. Unlike many actors, he was content to remain behind the scenes doing the work for the joy of the craft, rather than the fame. In 2013, Terry Rhodes passed away after a battle with amyloidosis, a rare and serious illness that affects organ function. He was just 61 years old. His passing didn't dominate headlines, but for those who appreciated the art of great supporting performances, it was the loss of a true master. Though his time on The Parkers was limited to a single episode, his presence helped flesh out the world that fans loved. Terry Rhodes was part of the glue that held ensemble storytelling together, never flashy, always essential. His legacy is quiet, but enduring, and in the hearts of TV lovers, he will never be just another face. Nancy Wilson. Few performers have ever carried themselves with as much grace, talent, and quiet strength as Nancy Wilson. A musical trailblazer with a honeyed voice and undeniable presence, Wilson spent decades captivating audiences with her emotional depth and musical sophistication. So, when she made a rare guest appearance on The Parkers, it felt like a seismic moment, not just another episode, but a cultural intersection between jazz royalty and sitcom stardom. In The Parkers, Wilson played Aunt Rita Nikki Parker's glamorous, well-kept aunt, who, plot twist, is eventually revealed to be Nikki's biological mother. It was a powerful and emotional episode laced with humor, heartbreak, and family truths. As Aunt Rita Wilson radiated poise and layered vulnerability. Her screen time was brief, but it brought with it decades of artistry and wisdom. Her natural presence and polished delivery elevated the storyline, creating a rare moment of emotional resonance in a comedy often known for its over-the-top antics. Born on February 20, 1937 in Chillicothe, Ohio, Nancy Sue Wilson began singing as a child and launched her professional career in her teens. By the 1960s, she had emerged as one of the most versatile and respected vocalists of her generation. Though often associated with jazz, Wilson refused to be boxed in. "I don't do jazz," she once said. "I do pop, R&B, jazz, blues. I do it all." And indeed, she did. Over her storied career, she recorded more than 70 albums, earned 3 Grammy Awards, including a win in 2005 for Best Jazz Vocal Album, and was celebrated for her impeccable phrasing and emotional nuance. Signature songs like You Don't Know How Glad I Am and Guess Who I Saw Today cemented her as a masterful storyteller. Beyond music, Wilson was also a civil rights activist, and one of the few black women to host a nationally televised program, The Nancy Wilson Show, 1967 to 1968, which won an Emmy Award. Her cultural significance extended far beyond entertainment. She performed alongside legends like Cannonball Adderley, and Nat King Cole appeared in TV shows like Hawaii Five-0, The Cosby Show, and The Love Boat, and lent her voice to causes she believed in. Her elegance and intellect made her a role model for generations of black women navigating fame with dignity. By the time she appeared on The Parkers, Wilson had already scaled every artistic height, yet she approached the sitcom role with the same professionalism and heart as her musical work. She didn't need the spotlight. She was the light. Nancy Wilson passed away on December 13, 2018, at the age of 81 after a long illness. The music world mourned the loss of a singular voice, and the world of television too lost a rare jewel. Though her appearance on The Parkers was fleeting, it served as a reminder of her extraordinary grace and cross-generational impact. Nancy Wilson wasn't just a guest star, she was a legacy wrapped in pearls, a melody walking into a sitcom set. Her voice, her poise, and her quiet strength continue to echo, reminding us what true greatness sounds like. Alfred Dennis. In the rich tapestry of television history, certain performers leave an imprint not through starring roles or headline-making appearances, but by consistently delivering memorable, believable performances across decades. Alfred Dennis was one of those actors. Though his role in The Parkers was small, appearing as Aldo in a single episode, his impact reflects a career built on making even the smallest moments resonate. Born Alfred Medinetz on December 26, 1922, in the United States, Dennis spent much of his life perfecting his craft in Hollywood. With a career that spanned over 5 decades, he specialized in playing quirky, authoritative, or slightly befuddled characters, always with charm, dry wit, and an impeccable sense of timing. While not a household name, he was undoubtedly a face recognized by millions. On The Parkers, Dennis appeared as Aldo in a brief but amusing role. His character was emblematic of the show's ability to weave in guest stars who added texture to the world surrounding mainstays like Nikki and Kim Parker. With just a few lines and a distinctive screen presence, Dennis brought authenticity and comedic timing that enhanced the rhythm of the episode. Though only on screen for minutes, he gave his character dimension, something he consistently did throughout his career. Alfred Dennis's broader filmography reads like a tour of classic American television and cinema. He appeared in movies such as The Jerk, 1979, where his deadpan delivery fit perfectly into Steve Martin's absurdist comedy, and Get Shorty, 1995, where he played a priest in a film full of mobsters and movie producers. Other film appearances included Catch Me If You Can, 2002, where he played a bank manager opposite Leonardo DiCaprio. His television resume is even more impressive. Dennis graced episodes of Seinfeld, The Golden Girls, Murphy Brown, Friends, Mad About You, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Everybody Loves Raymond, and ER, among others. His range allowed him to shift seamlessly between comedy and drama, authority figures, and oddballs. He wasn't flashy. He was dependable, skilled, and nuanced. Unlike many character actors who fade away after a certain age, Alfred Dennis remained active well into his 80s and early 90s, a testament to both his professionalism and enduring talent. He kept working until just a few years before his passing, often bringing wisdom and seasoned perspective to his roles. Alfred Dennis passed away on August 1, 2016, at the age of 93. His death did not spark major headlines, but for those who recognized his face and appreciated his work, it marked the end of an era. He was one of those actors who made film and television richer not by dominating scenes, but by filling them with subtle humanity. His role on The Parkers may have been fleeting, but for fans who treasure the unsung heroes of ensemble television, Alfred Dennis remains unforgettable. His career is a quiet triumph built on consistency, humility, and the rare ability to make every moment matter. At Legends of Black Excellence, we honor not only the stars who led the spotlight, but also those whose quiet brilliance shaped the soul of every scene. From jazz icons to character actors, their contributions to The Parkers remind us that legacy isn't measured by screen time, but by impact. These performers, gone but never forgotten, represent the depth, talent, and excellence of Black storytelling. As we reflect on their lives, let's move beyond debate and celebrate their artistry with gratitude. Their light still shines in every laugh, every line, and every moment they gave us. That is their enduring truth.